numbers as far as I'm concerned. I don't feel 65. I don't act 65.
Ted, let me ask you a question. You lost a dramatic amount of weight in maybe a year and a couple months, and it was 106 pounds, or
that was 103 pounds.
103 pounds. Now, did you set daily goals for yourself, or I mean, you had mentioned you're an extreme guy, but how did you accomplish that, or did you just go all out and not have any goals that you were trying to accomplish by the end of the week, by the end of the day, by midweek?
I set myself to a goal of a couple pounds a week, period, amen. Ralph used to tell me, you're going to hit a plateau, and I said, there's absolutely no way I'm hitting a plateau. I will not allow it to happen. I did calorie counts from 1,800, and I dropped down 3-4 days to like 800, and I went back up. I never let it level out. I always kept it up and down. When Ralph said to spice it up, I spiced it up. And that's not recommended for a lot of people because a lot of people's stomach cannot handle what I did.
Yeah, jalapenos.
No, jalapenos and water.
Yep.
And it was until I felt the hair going on fire, and that's when I stopped. And that was almost every day. And it didn't bother me any. My cholesterol level, which is 200, I went back to my doctor, which Ralph and I had an agreement. I was going back to my doctor, and I was going to show him, this is the plan I did, this is the program I did, and I'm going to prove this works.
Yep.
I'm put myself as the guinea pig. And when I went back there and he checked, he did a full physical, and he called me up and said, you have to come back for a cholesterol level check again. I said, okay. Well, what was it? I said, don't tell me it's still 200. He goes, no, it was 158. I said, okay, fine. So I went in there, it was 156 the second time.
Okay.
He checked every single physical thing that my insurance covered for to make sure there was no problems. And I passed everything. He actually signed the test, just outstanding, and just keep on doing what you're doing, Ted. He goes, I can't believe you brought yourself this far. And I said, well, I didn't. Ralph is the reason that I brought myself this
now,
far.
it seems Ralph offers a lot of support, and even now that you've had the dramatic weight loss, you still meet with Ralph weekly or monthly. It seems that you still have the relationship with him because it's beyond a business relationship, I believe, or businessman-client relationship. I think he's more of a friend.
It's a support system for the two of us, I feel.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, do you have the same issues where you're happy where you're at now, and you're going to try to just maintain? You had mentioned 4 to 5 pounds. You fluctuate maybe in a week, but are you, the weight you're at, you're happy at? So it's not a situation where you're going to try to even lose more.
I'm going to drop down some more because I want to do a mini triathlon next June.
Wow.
Yes, I'm working my way up to that. I'm a year off the schedule on that one.
Now, this is a motivated gentleman. I mean, again, you just said in your 40s.
I'm going to be 45 November.
Really, and this is all generated from you attending Ralph's or following Ralph's program. Because I mean, honestly, when you first sat down, it didn't seem like your beginning of your story. You would even ever think of driving a Harley as well as joining a triathlon.
Well, I've been riding bikes a long time. I've been riding bikes since I was 16. I wouldn't call myself a jock, but I was physically fit. I played a lot of racquetball. I went to the gym and I worked until I was about 25, 27, and things started falling off.
Yeah.
And I started letting myself go. And it dawned on me when I was about coming in my 40s, 42 years old, that I had to change something. And I wanted to get back into shape, and I wanted to get physical. And Ralph warned me that you're going to lose weight, and you're going to feel a lot better, and you're going to have a lot more energy. And I drive my wife absolutely out of her mind because of the energy I have.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yes, it's nonstop. And I have more things I want to do.
Let's mention your family situation. Ralph, again, on the earlier show, had mentioned it's always important to have maybe a husband and wife team try to work it together, or at least have the wife on board. So you had mentioned that all the bread is out of the house. Was your wife very important to this really accomplishment that you've made?
My wife, this was my thing. This was my whole program, my thing. I just threw at her. And she's so supportive, it's unbelievable. We've been together 21 years. She's very strong, and she's very supportive. She did a variation of Ralph's diet with me.
Okay.
All right, as far as eating the foods. She lost 25 pounds, and it's taken her the whole time to get that 25 pounds. And I tease her a lot. I hear her get on the scale, and I come downstairs and go, "How much you weigh?" And sometimes she doesn't want to answer it, and it's a running joke.
Well, I mean,
really
it
is.
seems to me with you in the house, that's the ultimate motivation, as well as you would be afraid to report where you're at compared to what you were able to accomplish. It must have been fun going out shopping for new clothes, though.
That was interesting because she didn't want to give up clothes. Ralph had told me that get rid of all your clothes because you don't want them in there hanging around. She was a little upset because she went out and bought a bunch of Dockers that were, originally I was in 44s, and she went out and bought a bunch of 38s, and then 6 months later she's going out and she's buying 36s. I said, don't do that.
You're going to stop at 32s, it sounds like.
34s.
34s, yep.
I'm in 34s. My leather jacket that I tried to put on about 2 weeks ago, which I've had for over 10 years, doesn't fit me and I can't wear it, and that was upsetting. And it was almost to the point where I want to gain the weight back just so I can
Just
fit.
put on a jacket.
Yeah.
Bring it to the tailor, have him stitch it up, or I'm sure Ralph knows a good tailor to get you stitched up.
I know tailors.
Yeah,
I mean,
you'll have your same old leather jacket, just be fitting a more fit man.
Yeah, that's one of those things that I tell everyone that I work with. You need to get rid of all the clothes that don't fit. As you're losing weight, most people will store them, they'll keep them. Well, you never know, I might need this and so on. And I tell the people that I work with, you're never going to need it again. So what's the point? If you can tailor it, tailor it. If you can't, give it to Goodwill. I just found a suit, for example, and I was going to bring it in and I forgot it again. Today was just one of those days. But I saw this suit way in the back and I said, gee, that's a real nice looking suit. And I took it out, and it's a Harchaffner and Marx suit that I had bought years and years ago. And it was probably the last thing that I've had in the last piece of big clothing I've had in the house. I look at the tag inside, it's a 46 long. I put it on and walked downstairs, and my wife absolutely died laughing. It was hysterical. But again, it was a beautiful suit. I'll never tailor it. It's just too big to tailor. So someone out there is going to have themselves a real nice suit if they weigh about 260, 265 pounds. It'll be in Goodwill within a couple of weeks.
Well, even that's a bit large for me. I'm 44 long. When you said 46 long, I said, well, I'd have to gain a few to get it, but that's a gorgeous suit.
Yeah.
You two gentlemen really, I think you had mentioned accomplishment, and I think that's really what this is. It's an accomplishment. It's not a diet program. I mean, to lose the amount of weight that you lost without going to have your stomach stapled or any surgeries or anything like that, both you gentlemen, it's definitely an accomplishment. And I don't know how many more clients you are able to share that with, but I mean, really, viewers, if you understand the amount of weight these gentlemen lost, and it wasn't a program where they did it in a year and 2 years later they doubled the weight. Can you talk a little bit about the bounce back, how you prevent the bounce back?
Yeah, I was talking to Ted about it in the car, and actually I wrote an article for the last newsletter. In my case, most people regain weight. In other words, it's just one of the things because people don't understand that there's no end to a healthy lifestyle. If you're living a healthy lifestyle, which this is, it goes on and goes on and goes on forever. And the thing is, most people start a diet, they say that, well, the diet's, I'm on a diet, and then I'm off a diet. So once they lose their 25, 30, 40 pounds, whatever it is, they say, well, that's it, I'm all done, I'm good. And they just, go back to the way they were, and that's the end. And so for me, it's a matter of keeping my lifestyle up, watching my portion sizes, exercising a couple of days a week, and enjoying myself. And that's really what it's all about.
Well, you two gentlemen have definitely given me a goal, and hopefully the information that we got out definitely lets viewers that are in need of maybe something new contact Ted, contact myself. I know my number's up. I'd be happy to get you in touch with Ralph. Ted, congratulations. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Ralph, as always, you're always
Thanks,
welcome.
Peter. I
Show up.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Good evening,
Thank
viewers,
you.
and thank you for watching. They go quick, especially when Ralph's on. Now this one is going to be definitely a lot more geared. So if they ran two tapes, you're going to be impressed with that one because you're on. I was watching when you were on. You're definitely... Here comes Marilyn. All right.
I lost 5 pounds since our last show.
That's my girl.
He came to the gym with me the other day. We're trying to do this together. I'm gonna have him come see you.
I'm a motivator.